Hello, it's L'Oreal playing the Fruits of Garcia, Steam Edition. Let's get on. Intense sunlight blazes down on the road, as if to declare the arrival of summer. The burning asphalt radiates the heat, so mixing with the scent of the tide from the thick, muggy atmosphere. It's way too early for this kind of weather, and when the temperature abnormally high, you're always going to get some people who lose their heads and start acting erratically. In other words, it's unnatural that the police would be on the lookout for suspicious types at times like these. It was 10 minutes ago that I realized I've been mistaken for one of these heat stroke called assaults. Name, Kasumi address, Osho Inuyasumi Prefecture. Sweat pouring from his forehead as he examines my license. The policeman in front of me takes a glance at the large backpack I'm carrying, then continues the background check. You came here from Yamishi? Yes. What business do you have here in the city? Why are you lugging around that enormous bag? You're heading anywhere in particular? I told you this 10 minutes ago. I'm moving. This luggage is everything I own. So, what is your new address? Like I said, I don't know you have one yet. The answer's not gonna change, no matter how many times you ask. You're moving, but you don't know where to. Look, what are you hiding? How about you just come clean already? Where did you come from, where are you going, and what are you planning to do there? Depending on the concept, this would be fairly physiological questions, but as far as the police inquiries go, they're pretty much run of the mill. Pardon me, excuse me. From their perspective, everyone wandering around without clear-cut business is by default a criminal of some sort. Let alone someone like me carrying around a conspicuously bulky luggage is good as guaranteed they'll stop me. That is their job, I suppose, since this little scene acts as a crime deterrent through its visibility. It's not an entire wasted effort. Unfortunately, I don't have all day to play along. I drop my glance towards the digital watch I'm wearing around my left wrist. Sorry, but I'm keeping someone waiting. I really can't spare any more time for hanging out with bored cops. Are you mocking me? A bored police force is proof that the city is at peace. Take it as a compliment. Impeccably taking offense at my tone, the policeman clicks his tongue in eradication and tosses my license back. Alright then, Kasami-san. Sorry for the inconvenience, but would you mind letting me take a look at your pack you're carrying? I refuse. Why? Something you don't want me to see in there? Knife maybe? I don't really rely on blades, a policy of mine. Look, are you really telling me you're going to unpack? Telling me to unpack all this on the spot? It'll take an hour at least, 30 minutes just to take it all out, 30 minutes to step it back in. In that case, let's head over to the station. No reason to stand around in the sun, right? I'll get some cold tea and we can have a nice long chat. I just told you, I don't have the time. I can't accept voluntary questioning. I know you can't just sit back down from the situation, but if I say I'll head over there myself, could we wrap this up for now? That's very convenient for you, but what guarantee do I have you'll ever show? At least give me an address if you want me to agree to that. As I've explained, I'm in the middle of a move. I've vacated my own place, so I don't have an address. Then give me your parents' address, or are they homeless too? I don't have any parents, no siblings, no relatives either. They are all dead. Yes, are you serious? Are you sure you're not hiding something from me? This is going nowhere. Okay, why don't we move things along to the station, maybe? I'll call patrol car, you just stay here where you are, please. Then at least let me call the person I'm supposed to be meeting. At this rate, they'll be waiting all day. That's fine, but who are you meeting? A friend? I'm not going to tell you that. Someone you can't tell me about? It's your mother. We had an appointment at the hotel tonight. What? I was keeping quiet out of the goodness of my heart. You dragged it out of me, so don't blame me when your parents get divorced and your happy home is shattered. You watch your mouth. God. About 30 meters away from where we're talking, someone screams. A desperate cries follow within seconds. Thief! Somebody! The woman sits collapsed on the street, stretching out to her hand. Her high heels lie on the ground, knocked off her feet by the sudden fall. Just about halfway between us, there's a man in a flashy Hawaiian shirt running in this direction. Shit, a cop. Although if he flinches for a moment at the sight of the policeman's uniform, after a quick check for any convenient side streets, he barrels onwards. Move it, asshole! Brandishing the stolen bag menacingly, his hand violently gestures out of my way. Stop right there. The cop is completely flustered. He's quite clearly accustomed to this sort of situation. While he's panicking, the distance between us and the thief shrinks with surprising swiftness. Out of the way. The man runs in a straight line towards a breakthrough to freedom. I happen to be standing directly in the middle of his path. I said move, damn it! As he prepares to strike with the bag, I ascertain the movement of his shoulder and his arm, the first signs of motion. As I hit his wrist sharply, I see he begins to swing. The man's arm intensely stiffens and I lose all momentum. His eyes pop wide open in shock. I immediately grab the collar of his Hawaiian shirt he's wearing and firmly draw him towards me. Gah! What I need to do is, what am I doing here? Before the man can offer resistance to pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove against him. When pushed, they just began to brace themselves against being pulled. They won't accept a guarantee expert is going to be thrown off balance. Nice shirt. Where do you buy it? Shock spreads across the man's face as his knees buckle against his will. I try to gain a chokehold using a grip on his neck of his shirt, but the man promptly draws his head and swifts his body to the side, preventing me from landing on his neck. Although I expected as much from a glance at his build, it seems like he was somewhat experienced in judo. But in this case, you would have been better off trying a decisive tackle, rotating around the snatcher in the opposite direction of his side. I yank his right arm upwards with both hands. In one movement, I circled to his back. Next, pull back on the opponent's wrist and elbow and pin him to the ground. Basic Aikido, by the way. Just have to take a screenshot. I'm not sure what happened. Oh. Hey now, you've got your priorities all wrong. Before worrying about me, you should kill the guy who sold you that shirt. No? Don't want to screenshot? Perhaps inconsistently, the man is now empty, right hand is desperately slaps at the asphalt. Whilst holding the thief pinned, excuse me, for some reason my is deciding to take screenshots. Whilst holding the thief pinned, I quickly shoot a look behind me. Don't just stand there. Yeah. And let me do a quick save. The policeman jerks straight in response to my angry shout. Taking a pair of handcuffs from the pouch and his wrist, he runs over to restrain the criminal. The person actor seems to have resigned himself to his fate and doesn't offer any pointless resistance. He accepts his red-handed arrest for theft decisively, then sits quietly on the ground with his head hung as the policeman radios for backup. Apparently they weren't too far off, as sirens approaching in no time. Two policemen get out of the arriving cruiser and push the criminal into the back seat. As I'm watching the scene in perfect passively, the policeman from earlier runs over. Thank you for your cooperation on the arrest. I'll pass on the letter of thanks. So how about letting me move on? We can't do that, I'm afraid. If possible, we would like to have a detailed conversation at the station regarding both this incident and the previous matter. Figured as much. Shaking my head in desperation, I slightly rebuke myself. Should I have just left it alone? As the policeman pushes at my back, and I glance at my wristwatch and informs that I'm already 5 minutes late for my meeting. God, the interrogation. Excuse me? Look, are you about ready to talk yet? 30 minutes have passed since I was brought into the interrogation room. Familiar place where criminals break into plot sweet into TV dramas. I'm sitting on a cheap foldable pipe chair, arms folded in perfect silence. How are we supposed to let you go if you don't respond to our questions? When you are supposed to meet someone, you shouldn't just talk. Shouldn't you just talk to get this over with? Instead of responding, I close my eyes, a silent statement indicating that I have absolutely no intention of opening my mouth. The detective clicks his tongue in expiration at my attitude. I've got a plenty fair idea of what he's gonna do next. If you don't have anything to hide, talk. How long are you gonna plan to remain silent. The sound of something struck, even a loud attempt of intimidation. This is the point where a timid guy would be jumping in his seat with his eyes wide open, or maybe staring at the floor and quivering. Don't know why that's doing that. As for me, my eyes are still shut, and my arms are still folded quietly. My mind is a total blank. I've been accustomed to adults shouting at me like this since I was a child. Following the threat stage, the next step would be for him to grip my hair and jolt back and forth. But I'm dealing with an official authority group here. I shouldn't get off with direct violence this time. Not to say that I wouldn't pull out the old TV glitches and harass me by shinging a desk lamp in my eyes or something of some sort. I can roughly translate the detective's sigh. Goddamn kids these days. I gently open my eyes in order to sneak a look at his distinguished face. The detective sitting in front of me seems to be challenging the Guinness World Record for the most dramatic atmosphere between the left and the right sides of his human mouth. Or maybe he's just growling. And I let out a snort of laughter in response to the unexpected pleasant sight. The detective scratches his head violently and glares at me. Look, buddy, I don't know who you've been talking to, but playing dumb with police isn't gonna gain you anything, alright? It won't gain you anything, but you won't lose anything either, except your time. I gaze at the clock on the wall of the sweat box. An hour has already passed since the scheduled time for my meeting. How do you respond? How about you respond when I'm talking to you? Speaking, talking there, still same thing. The detective strikes the decks with excellent comic timing. The best part is the way he knocks his ashtray off the table every time he does this. What the hell is your deal? His tone distinctly fed up. He stoops down to pick up the plastic tray off the floor. Kasami Yuki, application, student. Yes, you said that already, many times. We looked it up. You came from Yasami, right? No criminal background, no traffic violations or juvenile custody record. No commendations or public record either. What kind of person has absolutely no data in the system? The record's so clean, it looks like someone's been writing it out. Just who the hell are you? Kasami Yuji, application, students. What's with that? Did someone tell you to only say that lie if the police caught you? Or are you some sort of terrorist or what? Kasami Yuji, application, student. Just shut up. First it's something, now it's shut up talking about hard to police. Our conspiracy detective scowls yet again and scratches his head. Flakes and dandruff drift grandly through the air. Based on his fully wrinkled suit and heavy stubble, I say he hasn't been home in days. Look, let me break here. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. On the other side, it's enough to make me want to heave one myself. We both take our work seriously. It seems like we're stuck going around in circles. We sure picked up a royal pain in the ass this time. The interrogation of that poison action case isn't going smoothly either. Thanks so much for dropping that on our lap, by the way. Just as we roughly complete this exchange of one-sided bitterness, of mutual glaring, there's one well-timed knock at the door, the sound of it being unlocked. Ah, Yes, hello, sir. Suddenly plumped out a detective enters the room. Given a respectful tone, our detective I've been chatting with. He's probably superior of some sort. There's something that... oh well, huh? After a quick glance in my direction, the elderly detective whispers something into the younger man's ear. Before long, the young detective turns toward me decidedly a non-positive expression. You're being released, it seems. Thanks for your cooperation. Why now, all of a sudden? You're asking the wrong guy. Bye. With these parting words, the young detective leaves the room. The elderly detective, watching go, faces me with a greasy smile. Well, sorry about that, Kasami-san. It seems like we hadn't received any call on our end, and we only just now placed the contact with your guarantor. That detective stares at me with his eyes like a dead fish. Well, the detective stares at me with eyes like a dead fish. An employee of Ikigacha. If you simply said as much. If you known I was from Ichigai from the start, wouldn't you have thrown me in jail, stripped me naked, and sprayed me down with a hose? You're quite a kidder, don't forget that. We belong to Imperial Sakadorum. We're all friends here. Just to let you know, I'm nothing but a student. My work at Ichigai is only a part-time cleaning job. Cleaning, is it? Ah, I see that well, but I see. That's not work. Just as I expect from your collection of eggheads. In response to my words, the detective twists his mouth into something vaguely resembling a smile. But I really no. You simply informed us a little earlier about the circumstances on your end. Well, I'm sure you know, the higher-ups are what they are. We had quite a mess there for a moment. Sarcasm drifting from every pore of his body, the detective treats me with transparently insincere courtesy. He's perfectly civil on a superior level, but the atmosphere here is slowly increasingly unpleasant. The younger detective, from before hard ass that he was, seems infinitely preferable. Did you inquire to Ichigai about me? Not quite, you see. We were running a name for our database. In the middle of the data retrieval, phone rings. We picked up the receiver and found out we had a call from the Ministry of Defense, a special organisation, asking us to be man of custody of a dog of ours. But now that was quite a surprise, haha. We're not running an animal shelter here, you know, haha. Since you found my owner and confirmed that my leash is properly attached, I should leave right now, right? Yes, just as you please. Oh, that's right. You also contacted your principal at school and transferred the... That's so. Yes, indeed. Since you hadn't shown up, it seemed like we were putting calls into the police stations in the area one after another. Our chief ended up getting pulled to the phone while he was in the middle of a meeting and got quite nearly evil apparently. Where's my backpack? The luggage we've been holding onto for you in the entranceway, which will be over that way. You're like, shall we send you over by car? You're not getting funds from the public taxes in order to chauffeur bombs like me around, are you? I'll walk. After I emerged out the door by the old man, the young detective appears from the rear, carrying the backpack they'd taken from me earlier. This is ridiculously heavy. What the heck is in this thing? A bit of a tough question. I guess I could say my life. If that's supposed to be a gag, I wouldn't quit your day job. That wasn't really what I was going for. Well, whatever. Dropping the backpack next to me. The detective lets out a slight sigh. Thanks for looking out here for me. Pretty heavy, isn't it? That's not something you say to a guy who learned judo for work. We might be country police, but at least we got that much training. True, guess that's natural for a policeman. Sorry. The detective smiles wryly. By the way, you're supposed to be student at Landfill Academy, right? I'm wearing a school uniform. You can see me at a glance. Feels more like you've been dressed up in it. He claps on my shoulder as we pass each other. Take it in a lot of ways. With those parting words, he heads back into the police station. Guess I don't make a convincing student yet. I'm wearing black socks and a short sleeve dress shirt, as I'm wearing a blue tartan checkered necktie. Excluding my somewhat longish hair, I should be the very image of a student. I guess it's a little different turning into something like that all of a sudden. But it's probably precisely because this is difficult that I decided to give it a try. For a while, I didn't understand why I asked for this, but now I think I have a faint grasp on the reason. I wanted to become something that I couldn't understand, something that I wasn't. At the moment, I've done nothing but smooth down my eyes, edges a bit. Perhaps later on I'll become a student on the inside as well. The sun that had climbing up earlier is now finally reaching its zenith. The temperature keeps on rising and sweat oozes from my skin. I was pretty sure she'll pick me up, but Assessing her presence, I lower my gaze from the sun. My eyes, well acoustic to the high contrast lighting project from human form in a silhouette for the only briefest of moments before details fade in. Thanks for your service. A woman raising her awkward salute, grinning broadly, stands before my eyes. Spare me, I don't want to see a pose like that outside the workplace. In the first place, that's with the dopey salute. The girls in bikinis on maritime SDF recruitment posters have more impressive form. Geez, and here I'm offering an appreciation for your sudden efforts. I don't recall contributing enough to society today to deserve any appreciation. Yes, I do understand, but you went through a lot, right? Off the bat. You could not take it out on me anymore. Take it out on me. More importantly, she opens the door to the car, stop next to her. Get in, accomplishing your objective is the top priority, yes? Yeah, true enough. From Mishima Cave Police Station in National Highway number 133 southbound, we proceed to the Prefectural Highway and advance further out towards the Cape. A range of slowly rotating wind turbines come into view, indicating our proximity to the sea. That was a surprise. You didn't show up on time at the time we agreed. And when I tried to figure out what predictably being a nuisance, you were predictably being a nuisance to the police. I was hard to convince you collapsed somewhere, given this heat. I doubt you really thought I was sick. What grounds do you have for saying that? You were trying the police station first, not the hospitals. Well, you were talking about, so I figured out manage something if you're a collapse, but For the record, I was worried about your safety, so maybe you could not pick out the details. Actually, in the weather forecast, the inspirational communicators make society run smoother. You're seriously not cute. Pouting again, she continues her harangue. First of all, there are not many of them, but the trains do run here. Yet, for some reason, you walk instead. That's also a surprise. Walking with a huge backpack. I like you were going to climb climb the Himalayas or something. English then. Sorry, I hate trains. That doesn't make walking the entire way any less bizarre. What's the matter? Climbing up like that? Could you not mention this to the other students? I don't want them getting any ideas about me from the get-go. Yeah, this might well set them on guard. A real weirdo came this time. I got enough of that from the police to last me a while. You didn't get so you did get questioned. Alright, we have arrived. This is it. Car presented about 500 meters along the area of reclaimed coastal land before she brought it to a stop. So that's what he meant by a landfill, I see. As I recall the words of the detective from before, the woman continues our conversation with a certain cheerful tone. What do you mean? What do you think? Pretty nice, isn't it? The absolute newest school in the vicinity. Very nice. Barely looks like a school. Although I heard there was a new school. Its internal appearance generally isn't what I expected. A 3-story building, the pure white colour of the outer walls is the only typical school-like element, with every other aspect more closely resembling the city office building. The gates are right and left of the list. Either gate of the school gate. Then a functional fence at some facility. The mountain signboard likewise is an audio printed in a simple typeface rather than a hand-drawn work of a calligraphy? I have no idea. Come on, this is your future alma mater. What's a deep unswelling of emotion? I've only just arrived at this place. If I said I was deeply moved by the sight, it would be a lie. You're such a dull person. Humans are beings of creatures of imagination, you know. With exaggerated sighs, she opens her hand wide in the overblown gesture of a third-rate actor. This is newly established at the school. Might not have much of an imagination yet, but the students are nice, normal kids, and here she is. Here she is. Ashume, is it? Ashume? God, I can't remember those two names. Rigmore is apparently interrupted by high-pitched shrieks of 2 girls. Stop that, Mackinger. Mackinger. Hey, I said stop already. Please, have mercy. Amane. Why are you running? Please come and play with teacher. That's all the worst. That's all right. Alright, I'll call it there. I'll see you guys later.